from a Hollywood movie. The entire bus, now everybody was off, so they were fine, but the entire bus was engulfed in flames.
Hope they got their baseball gear off.
Well, if they had wood bats, it would have burned even hotter. 2 balls and a strike. Teams from Ole Miss and Mississippi State helped him out with some equipment. They put the bus fire behind them. They went to the SWAC tournament, breezed through that.
And then they go down to UL Lafayette, take on one of the best offenses in the country and throw a shutout.
Weather has also been an issue through the tournament. They didn't play at all in Oxford yesterday. They'll have a triple header there tomorrow as they try to make up some time. We've been delayed twice in as many days. Delays in Nashville and really all over. Now it's a beautiful day, and it will be a warm one this afternoon. Up the middle, reaching but not gloving is McClendon, and it's a 3rd hit for senior Chris Cook. We talked to Chris about his hit by pitch record. He leads the nation in that. So how did you learn to stand in there and take so many pitches? He said, well, my dad was a Marine. My dad instilled in me the idea that not to play scared, not to ever be scared.
Yeah, he's got the right attitude. I mean, the game honors toughness. It always has and always will, and he's a tough one. 96 career hit by pitches, NCAA active leader. And I mean, a lot of it, he stands on top of the plate is one thing. Second thing is he's not moving. I mean, he's your team player. He's a guy at any cost he's going to find a way to get on base. And when you got a lot of guys like that, what I call gamers, that have a lot of want to, you're going to have a good team. Because that stuff just breeds one after the other. One guy does it, the next guy's doing it, and all of a sudden you got a bunch of guys that's not getting out of the way of the ball. They're committed to getting on base.
Lemus sends this one out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. And those injuries were key for George Mason last season, but oddly enough, it's something that probably helped Chris Cook. He said, it gave me the coach's perspective and really helped mold me as a player.
Yeah, and I think the big thing he said, too, it helped me really appreciate how much I love the game. You know, I miss it. And sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes we all take things for granted at times. But when you have an injury and you sit out for an extended amount of time, you start to miss it.
Single to right field for Lemus. Cook waved to 3rd. Tying run coming to the plate here in the 7th inning for George Mason.
Again, hitting the ball where it's pitched. Watch the location. Ball's away. Doesn't try to pull it. I'm just going to go with it and hit it that way. Watch the swing. Nice swing. Stays inside the baseball and drives it to right field for a base hit. If you're a young kid at home, you got to learn to hit to all fields. You got to hit it where it's pitched if you're going to be successful.
So Anthony Montefusco will bat. He started the game as the pitcher, stays in the game as the DH. He's 0 for 3 at the plate. He worked 5 2/3 innings and allowed 11 hits as the starting pitcher. Two on with 2 out. This might be it for Mason. And Montefusco can't find the first offering from Corey Ray. Ray retired Fernandez on a strikeout, got Tobin to ground out to 3rd. That preceded the single from Cook and the base hit by Lemus. Buried the fastball and the count 1-1.
Yeah, Montefusco last night 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. So he has a rough go of it here in the regional. But all that could be forgotten with a big base hit right here.
10 hits today for Mason. Montefusco is the only George Mason batter that hasn't reached via hit or a walk today. And a hit here would change things. Little chopper went off the pitcher's glove. Safe at second. Montefusco to first. And he beat it out. George Mason keeps the inning alive.
The big fella lumbering down the line, but he got there. See, he's out of breath. Big high chopper right off the dirt. Ray goes up and really just misses it. Hits in his glove. And at that point, it was a foot race between the second baseman, McClendon, whether he could get over and get Montefusco, and boy, he just beats it out. Now he's got his base hit with an RBI.
So 2-run game, go-ahead run at the plate for Ray Toto. And he looks at a fastball, 0-1. That velocity's down a little bit now. Here in the 7th inning for Corey Ray, his 3rd inning of work. He was living in the low to mid 90s with the fastball.
Come on, Ray, let's go now. Drive the ball now.
Lemus a runner at second. Ray dealing with Montefusco at first and Toto at the plate. 1-1.
Come on, Ray, let's go now.
Today, 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position for George Mason. They were 0 for 6 in that category yesterday.
Yeah, they had some opportunities. George Mason did against Rice, but just as you mentioned, couldn't take advantage of them.
Your pitch, Steph. Come on. Come on, Ray, let's go. Let's drive the ball now.
If it weren't for a great defensive play back in the 3rd inning by McClendon, this game would be totally different at this point. I mean, we got 13 hits for A&M and now 11 for George Mason.
Kind of what we figured, that this of our 2 games today would be the one that would feature the most offense. Toto's a .255 hitter, but .333 this season with runners in scoring position.
Let's go, Ray. Let's go, Ray.
With 20 of his 21 driven in. Ooh, full count.
How about that pitch? Corey Ray, 3-1 count, doesn't give in to Toto, throws a 3-1 breaking ball. He just nips the outside corner.
Toto has 1 hit so far today. Big opportunity here, and he sends it to the left side. Alamon backhands, plants, got him to end the inning, and to strand 2 more Patriots. 10 men left on base for George Mason through 7 innings. And Blake Alamon back at short, where he is right at home.
The Women's College World Series pre- and post-game shows Tuesday on ESPNU.
Life is more rewarding when you feel secure. At Northwestern Mutual, we'll keep you ahead of the game with a personalized plan that helps you stay focused on your goals.
Extension 4251. I'll be out of the office the rest of the afternoon.
LeBron James captures that title he so desperately coveted.
The NBA Finals begin Thursday at 9 on ABC.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
Great view from the Ken Menard penthouse. Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals, presented by Capital One. Here in Houston, Texas, at Reckling Park, the campus of Rice University. Texas A&M leads George Mason 5-3 as we head to the 8th inning. Opportunities have abounded for George Mason, but the Patriots have stranded 11 base runners today.
They've had plenty of pressure they've put on A&M, and they've had they capitalized a little bit. I mean, don't forget 11 hits for George Mason, 3 runs, and a great defensive play by A&M. But boy, when you get those opportunities, you got to take advantage of them.
McClendon sends a line drive to right field. First pitch swinging against Jake Kalish. It's the third time in the last 5 batters that Kalish has been touched for a base hit. That is the 5th base hit for the bottom of the Texas A&M lineup.
Well, we talked about A&M's lineup and how good it was or could be and has been at times this year. And it's a complete lineup that, you know, puts pressure on you from top to bottom when they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, bottom third is 5 for 10 in this game. Bunt opportunity popped up. It gets down. Tag applied by Foley. Sacrifice moves McClendon into scoring position. Wasn't the best bunt, but it did the job.
Yeah, it got under just a little bit, but it found the ground. Good play by Foley. Foley comes running in from first base, grabs it quickly and makes the tag. We saw Foley last night with some good footwork over at first base.
Eight runs and 25 hits combined for these two teams. There were no shows offensively in their first game. Bratson looks at a fastball. Bratson came into this game a .277 hitter. Now he is a perfect 3 for 3 today. Batting in the 9-hole this season, his average is well over 300. Rob Childress has really shuffled his lineup all season, and when this tournament started, we said, what are you looking for when you move guys around, assuming everybody's healthy? And he said, we just got to score runs. Third in the SEC in batting average, but not much in terms of power or run scoring opportunities. And that lineup has done its job today. And Bratson is 4 for 4 now. This one will plate McClendon. Texas A&M doubling up on George Mason. 6-3 here in the 8th.
Good swing, gets a breaking ball. Out in front of it just a little bit, but watch him keep his hands back. Finds a barrel and just rips this down the left field line. And of course, with Bratson's speed, no doubt he was going to get the second, and McClendon was easily going to score. 4 for 4, 3 singles, a double, and a big RBI here in the 8th inning.
Great. Bratson well on his way to being named to the all-regional team. He is 6 for 7 this weekend. It's 11 driven in on the season, picks up his 12th on that double. Another trip to the mound for associate head coach and pitching coach Steve Hay. Tag Montague and Justin Walker, the other assistants to Bill Brown. As George Mason comes to Houston to play in this regional, Tyler Zombro is now getting loose. George Mason had never played a game against a team from the state of Texas or in the state of Texas in the history of their college baseball program. Bill Brown was telling us, he said, hey, listen now, hold on a second. It's not like we've never been here, because on our way to the Tempe regional a few years ago, we had a layover.
We landed in Texas.
Yeah, so you grab a
That
Sbarro,
counts, I
maybe an
guess.
Orange Julius. Yeah, we've been here. Backhanded pickup by Gum. He wanted to go to third, and he lost the handle. If it's ruled a hit, it's the third for Alamon today.
Yeah, I mean, this was going to be the play. He was going to try to go to third base in this situation, maybe get Bratson for taking off, but can't come up with it. I don't think there was any chance at all. He throws across the diamond and gets Alamon, so it's probably going to be a base hit.
16th hit of the game for Texas A&M. Talking about how much I like these Mason uniforms, except for one thing.
What's that?
The wrinkle monster got him.
Yeah.
They just pulled those out of the duffel bags right after BP, didn't they?
Definitely looks old school, you know, older type jerseys.
Well hit to right field. Lemus is there. It's deep enough to drive home Bratson, and he comes across with his 7th run of the day for Texas A&M. Second RBI for Ryan Burke. Good piece of hitting.
Yep. Good baseball. Again, runner at third base, less than 2 out. Infield back, hit me a routine ground ball or hit a sacrifice fly. Don't have to have a base hit in this situation, and give Burke a lot of credit. Gets the ball elevated up in the zone and something he can get under and hit a routine fly ball to right field, but that routine fly ball is very productive with a sacrifice fly.
They'll keep a close eye on Alamont as Cole Langford comes to the plate. Regional play started today in Oxford, Mississippi after they were rained out yesterday. How about this? Paid attendance in Oxford, 10,394. Largest NCAA crowd in stadium history. Runner goes, pitches a strike, throw to second is 2, and he is out at second base. Another caught stealing from Ray Toto, showing off his gun. And that will bring an end to the Aggie 8. Time running out for Mason.
Summer starts now with hot deals this weekend at Bass Pro Shops, like Redhead Stockton polo shirts for under $10, the new 10-bearing Pro Light bait cast reel for under $60, and sign up for email to get a special $10 in-store coupon good for this weekend.
I'm MMA champ Chuck Liddell, and I stop things. Just like Duralast brakes. They stop anything! Duralast, proven tough. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Thought I told you to stay off our turf.
And what would you know about turf, Skipper?
Let's end this here and now.
Let's dance.
Whoa there. Progressive covers boats and RVs, okay? Plenty of policies to go around.
Oh, I'm the bad guy. You threw a fish at us, so...
Yeah.
Coverage for land and sea. Now that's Progressive.
Don't settle for a slow computer. Just go to mycleanpc.com to get your free computer diagnosis. First, we'll tell you what's slowing down your computer. Then activate the mycleanpc.com software to optimize your computer performance.
I got a free diagnosis for my computer, and they told me exactly what was wrong with it.
My computer is running faster and smoother than it ever has before.
My computer is 100% faster.
Get your free computer diagnosis at mycleanpc.com.
Hey, bracket time. Charlottesville, Virginia tonight, ESPN2. That tremendous program out of the ACC. 1-seed Virginia will take on 2-seed Arkansas. Two fantastic pitching staffs. And still to come your way late tonight from Corvallis, Oregon State will take on UC Irvine. 11 o'clock first pitch on ESPNU.
Yeah, Virginia's the closer I was telling you about. Nick Howard, 18 saves this year. Listen to these numbers. 28 in the third innings pitched for the closer for Virginia, Nick Howard. 28 in the third, 50 strikeouts.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. That's pretty good in video game material.
To the right side, and that one will find the glove of Patrick McClendon, but he has nowhere to go for it. And Mick Foley has a leadoff single to start the 8th.
Well, Mick Foley needed that. 2 strikeouts his first 2 at bat. He walked his last time, but that'll be a base hit for him, his first one.
So back to the top of the batting order for George Mason. Here's Luke Willis. Willis is 1 for 4. It's a George Mason team which came into the postseason kind of riding a high after sweeping through the A-10 tournament. I asked these guys, who's the most confident player on your team? I thought Willis's hand was going to shoot right through the roof. He went 10 for 15 in the A-10 tournament with 4 walks. A couple of stolen bases, most outstanding player, their first A-10, and he drives this one towards the gap, but it tails back to the speedy Bratson, and there's one down.
Oh, Bratson is so good. You know, we talked to Rob Childress yesterday, talking about how that possibly Bratson may be the best center fielder he's ever coached. We've seen some good plays by him. He gets unbelievable reads. The balls that are hit.
That's saying something. Childress has been around a little bit.
Yeah.
Includes the time that he spent at Nebraska as an assistant coach. First offering in to Brandon Gum, 90 miles an hour from Corey Ray. Top two hitters have struggled to get things going for Mason. Willis, who just flew out, is 1 for 9 this weekend. Gum is 1 for 7. Into center. Bratson started back, and his feet will bring him back in. 2 down. 4 outs left for George Mason to try and find 4 runs. And it's up to Blaze Fernandez to keep the 8th going.
Well, no matter what happens for George Mason, we found out when they don't quit. I mean, they haven't quit. They've come out and swung the bats well today. 12 hits so far. They've battled their way all the way through it, had many opportunities.
One of those opportunities came in the 5th inning with a runner on. Fernandez launched a shot to left that just died in this thick air. He is 2 for 4 with a run driven in. And sends a soft line drive to right field. Nick Banks is there. They are hitting them right to the guys in maroon. 7 pitches needed by Corey Ray to finish the frame.
If basketball is your sport, then USAB.com is your destination. USAB.com offers you the best that basketball has to offer. You'll get in-depth instruction from some of the nation's best coaches.
He's got to set a nice wide screen.
And game-changing tips from some of the best and brightest players.
I'm right-handed, so I usually have my right foot a little in front of my left foot.
By being a part of the USAB team, you'll improve your game. If you're ready to take it to the next level, go to USAB.com today.
Introducing the new Proform TDF Centennial. The only training bike that inclines and declines, rides anywhere in the world, and measures your energy output. With Google Street View and a 7-inch touchscreen, draw your map and ride every tour stage or anywhere in the world. The TDF responds to terrain changes with a full 20% incline, 20% decline. An integrated advanced power meter measures your exact watts. And silent magnetic resistance means the training bike making all the noise in the cycling world sounds like this. You can't train like this on any other bike. Call or go online today to get the Proform TDF Centennial with 0 down plus free upgrade to rush shipping.
The NCAA Baseball Regionals is presented by the Quicksilver Card from Capital One. Earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase. And in part by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
Beautiful day here in Houston, Texas. The first of 2 from Reckling Park. Still to come later tonight, it'll be Texas and Rice. 7-3, A&M leads George Mason. Third pitcher of the game for the Patriots is rookie right-hander Tyler Zombro. Freshman making his team-high 20th appearance of the season.
He's had a good freshman year, though. 46 innings pitched, 9 walks. So a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
6 wins, 5 saves, member of the Atlantic 10 All-Rookie team. 3, 4, and 5 spots due up for A&M. This is Cole Langford. He was at the plate when Blake Alleman was caught stealing. That ended the 8th. Line drive left field. And Tobin takes care of it. 1 down. You peek ahead to the George Mason part of the 9th inning. They had to come from behind a couple of times in the A-10 tournament. A couple of extra inning games. They'll have Tucker Tobin, Chris Cook, and Josh Lemus to the plate in the 9th.
4, 5, and 6 for George Mason. Tobin's got a hit. And Cook's been really hot. He's got 3 hits. Lemus has 1. So
Notabrook at the plate with 2 hits, 2 runs driven in. 8 home runs on the season for Notabrook.
Looks like Notabrook may need a new pair of pants when the game's over. If they win, so we can play tomorrow.
Those are vented.
Those are definitely vented.
They might, if he gets on base, they might not last the half inning.
Yeah, one more good slide on that side, and he could just rip them right off.
Be like tearaway pants in basketball. He'll be on there wearing his sliding shorts
when the game's over. I don't know if you can get. There's a patch big enough to patch that one.
Oh, is this Major League? Was that a little shake? Notabrook yanks it foul. You know, our director Brad Sheldon is one of the best baseball directors. And his cameraman catches
there it is.
Hide the women and children.
Yeah, we'll see if he does it again this time. Might be his routine. Might get a little shake every time he steps in. All the hitters got something going on. No, I didn't see the shake this time. Oof,
and Notabrook is punched out.
And Notabrook knew it too. Saw the grimace on his face. He knew. Zombro got him on the outside corner looking. Strikeout, just paints the outside corner, and he knows it. He gone.
Well, he can go get those pants stitched up.
Yeah.
Might need them for tomorrow should A&M hold on. They would take on the loser of Texas and Rice. And be once George Mason is bounced here, the old Southwest Conference tournament the rest of the way. Here's Nick Banks. He's the only Aggie without a hit today in the starting lineup. 16 hits. Does have a stolen base, though, after he reached on a fielder's choice in the third. 2-0. No batting gloves, just a little bit of dirt. Banks rocking the eye black. He's dirtied up that uniform, and A&M kind of going for that mid-80s look with the high stirrups.
Well, that's what they need. I mean, I think they got a good team. I think they got some good players. You know, they hadn't always played like it at times, but they have showed at times again some huge wins this year. I mean, 2 national seeds. They beat 2 out of 3 games. 1 in LSU. 1 in Florida, knock off Vanderbilt, who's hosting a regional, Mississippi State. So they can get it going. They can be dangerous.
Here's Troy Stein. He is 2 for 4 today as Banks reaches safely for the first time. Stein is 4 for 8 this weekend with a couple of doubles. He's been 2 for 4 with an extra base hit each day. The way this day started, we questioned if Stein was going to be able to stay in the game. In the first inning, he turned his ankle running first on an RBI single, kind of shook it off.
He's a catcher. You got to want to be a catcher. You talk about a tough job. I mean, you just stay beat up and banged up the whole year. You're never at 100%. Well, opening day you might be at 100%, and then from there it's just all downhill.
That wild pitch will advance Banks to second. Seven to 3, A&M with the lead, looking for another here in the 9th. We had an hour-and-a-half rain delay here in Houston before this first game got underway. Vandy taking on Oregon, where Carson Fulmer, the Vandy starter, just hit 98 on the radar gun We'll take you there live as soon as we finish here in Houston to catch up with Commodores and Ducks. And swing and a miss for Stein. Zombro finished in style, and now it's a last chance for Mason. Tucker Tobin, Chris Cook, and Josh Lemus will try to make some magic happen in the ninth.
Hello. Scott, we're concerned. You just fed your lawn earlier this spring. Now you're at it again.
Indeed. A crucial late spring feeding helps defend the grass against the summer heat to come.
We knew that. Right, guys?
Oh, yeah. Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Breakfast just got better, and so did the price. It's Golden Corral's ultimate weekend breakfast for just $7.99. It's new buttermilk pancakes, crisp bacon, homemade sausage, signature omelets, and more. Just $7.99, coffee and juice included. It's a better breakfast only at Golden Corral.
Beautiful day in Baltimore, where most people probably know that Geico could save them money on car insurance, right? You see, the thing is, Geico, well, could help them save on boat insurance, too.
Hi. Okay, I'm ready to come in now. Hello?
I'm trying my best.
Seriously, I'm serious. Request to come ashore.
Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, what's a video worth? If it's worth something to you, it's worth sharing on Vimeo. With beautiful HD playback, powerful privacy controls, and no disruptive ads. Join for free at Vimeo.com.
Let's take a look at today's Capital One player of the game. The speedster Craig Bratchen in the 9-hole for Texas A&M is 4 for 4 today and having a great weekend.
Yeah, you talk about what it takes to be successful. A team hit throughout the lineup. Your 9-hole guy, 4 for 4 today, 3 singles, a double, an RBI. For the regional, he's 6 for 7 and one of the best center fielders you'll see in college baseball today. All right, but what we got going on here? Little Texas Aggie fight song.
You think these fans want to see Texas again?
I think you'll see a dip. If it happens again, I think it'll be a little bit better atmosphere. For whatever reason, yesterday I didn't feel, I didn't feel what I thought we were going to feel with Texas and Texas A&M and the history of going at it. A lot of that had to do with Texas just jumping out top up first and really just shut down anything that A&M tried to do yesterday. Nathan Thornhill was outstanding for Texas yesterday.
First batter, Tucker Tobin sends one to right field, and new pitcher A.J. Minter has retired the first man he's faced as he makes his 25th appearance. They've rotated through some closers. Minter will be the man likely for the course of this weekend. They didn't need him last night. This is not an unfamiliar position for Texas A&M to be in. We talked about all those SEC series wins they've had. Florida, Vandy, Mississippi State, LSU. Great programs all. But A&M just 3-11 on Fridays this season.
Yeah, and part of that had to do with Mingdon didn't have the type of year they thought he would have. I mean, he didn't pitch bad, but he didn't pitch like they thought he would, kind of like Tyler Beatty. Wasn't bad this year, but didn't have a big improvement numbers-wise from what they thought he would have from last year, and so a lot of that falls. But listen, Friday nights in the SEC, you know this, and really Friday nights in any of your top conferences are tough nights. You don't score a lot of runs. The pitchers are the aces that you see. Don't get many opportunities to put across some runs.
Bases empty and one down for Chris Cook, the 5th-year senior for George Mason. Going from the right side now, and that one was off the knuckles. And a count 2-2. How do you attack a hitter, by the way, like Chris Cook, that stands right on top of the plate with his hands literally over the heart of the dish?
Well, first thing I would do is try to throw fastballs on the inside corner to see if he could even get to him, because lots of times guys that stand on top of the plate are looking for the ball away. So first thing I do is throw some balls inside. And he's shown that he can be jammed. We've seen him this weekend, last night, and a little bit today. He's had a good day today, though, with 3 base hits. He's 3 for 4.
And make it 4 for 5 for Cook, who keeps Mason's season alive with a 1-out single. And
Have a day, huh? 4 for 5.
Trying to get something going as Lemus comes to the plate. You know, Mike Martin from Florida State didn't see his team's comeback coming in the 9th inning against Alabama, but they used a single, a walk, a hit batter, another walk, and he lifted his senior and his best hitter after he'd reached to start that inning, and that spot came back up at the end of the inning. Now Mason needs a similar rally here, down 4 in the bottom of the 9th inning as the home team against A&M. And A.J. Minter comes with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. First offering to Josh Lemus.
Yeah, A.J. Minter can bring it. Good for Chris Cook, though. Just got a single. That might be his last college at bat. That might be the last at bat he ever has in competitive baseball. And he won't forget that one. You always say, hey, last time I got it, hey, you're only as good as your last time out. Had the 1,000, man. That was my last at bat base hit. And of course, there's a 2 or 3 hopper that went through the hole right there, but it'll be a missile in a couple years from now.
Lemus pulls another one foul. Maybe the final at bat for 5th-year senior Josh Lemus as well. His former teammates at the University of North Carolina knocked off 1 seed Florida down in Gainesville. They're still alive. And he is just chopping and chopping up there, down 0-2. Lemus having a good weekend, 2 for 6.
Yeah, I knew we'd have an offensive game. I thought that. I didn't know we'd 29 hits. Didn't think it would be that much of an offense. 10 runs so far, 29 hits. Really a well-played game defensively on both sides. Only 1 error for George Mason.
That one snuck right under the glove of Alaman.
Of course, as soon as I say that, I jinx the defense.
He was waiting for a hop that never happened.
Yeah, he thought that ball would have some top spin and would come up on him. You see him look back at the dirt. Ball stayed down.
Ruled a base hit for Lemus, his 2nd hit. Here's Montefusco again. So this run of 5th-year seniors extending the season for the Patriots. And in a 4-run game, the tying run is waiting in the on-deck circle. Just got to keep the line moving, right?
That's right. I mean,
need a 3-run home run here. Just keep it moving.
Yeah, to hit a homer here, that'd be a rally killer right here. You know, you want to get a base hit and then hit a homer.
Those of you waiting for Vanderbilt in Oregon, they're scoreless in the 2nd inning in Nashville. We'll take you there as soon as we finish here in Houston. This is the first of our 2 today. The nightcap will begin 55 minutes after the conclusion of game 1 and can be viewed on Longhorn Network or online, ESPN3. Texas versus Rice. And looks like if this score holds, obviously, we'll have a Lone Star flavor throughout the rest of the weekend. Tipped into the catcher's mitt, 2-1. That fastball at 91.
Montefusco didn't get cheated on that swing either. All he had.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Anthony Montefusco, senior from Medford, New Jersey. 2nd team all-conference performer this year in the Atlantic 10. 1st team all-conference in the CAA last year. Extended his career for a 5th year, a couple of years following Tommy John surgery. And he chops this one to short. Alaman has time and takes care of Montefusco for the 2nd out. So both runners advance, but more important for A&M, they're an out away from extending their season and moving on the loser's side tomorrow. Ray Toto due up. He's 1 for 3 today. George Mason has a lot to be proud of. Plus 16 in the win difference this year versus last year. Another postseason appearance. They'll drop with a loss today to 1-14 in NCAA regional history, but tremendous weekend rotation, the 6th best in college baseball, led by Bill Brown and Steve Hay. A team that dealt with adversity all season last year. Went into a new league where they didn't know anybody. Nobody knew them. It was an adventure every weekend to learn other programs, other ballparks, other players. And then into the Atlantic 10 tournament last week in St. Louis, and they cruised through.
Yeah, and
Bill Brown is just a baseball guy. He went to the Cardinals-Braves game last week in St. Louis. They checked out the Brewers and Astros when they got here a couple nights ago.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the game 33 years, you love it, you know, and he's happy for his kids. And I tell you what, they gave Rice everything they wanted last night. Took the lead on Rice in the 8th inning. And here, I mean, they still, Texas A&M just can't shake them.
2-1 now to Ray Toto.
I mean, a break either way last night, and they could have beat Rice. Same thing today with A&M here. I mean, A&M appears that they're going to win this game, but boy, a couple of outstanding plays on defense. A ball that could have been hit a couple of inches either way, and this is a totally different game here in the 9th inning.
What a great job last night for George Mason starter Jared Gaynor, right side of your screen. The little lefty pitched with heart and guts and held that lead until the bottom of the 8th inning when Rice finally got on track.
I mean, he's almost like he's got Superman on his chest last night for the longest time.
Popped him up right side. Banks hustles in, and he makes the play to end the game. A 7-3 final. A&M stays alive, and the Aggies will take on the loser of tonight's nightcap between Texas and Rice. George Mason has its season come to a close here. 34 wins against 22.